Most people come to Greece dreaming of perfect sunsets, island hopping and amazing food. But a lot of visitors make the same mistakes over and over again, and they end up wasting time, money, or missing out on the best parts of the experience. Hi, I'm Chrysoula, a local here in Greece, and today I'm sharing the most common mistakes visitors make when traveling in Greece and exactly how to avoid them. If you're planning a trip to Greece, this video will save you from a lot of frustration. So let's start with one of the biggest mistakes I see all the time. One of the most common mistakes is trying to fit everything into a single trip. Greece looks small on the map, so it feels doable to visit Athens, multiple islands, maybe Meteora, and still relax all in a week. In reality, moving around takes time. Ferries, flights, packing, check-ins, check-outs. It all adds up. Instead of enjoying places, people end up rushing and constantly watching the clock. Greece is much better enjoyed slowly. And once you realize how much time moving around actually takes, another issue usually comes up. A lot of visitors assume island hopping is quick and easy, like hopping on a bus. But ferry routes aren't always direct. Not all islands connect daily, and weather can affect schedules. I often see people plan very tight connections, especially close to the return flight, and that's risky. One delay can throw off the entire trip. Island hopping can be amazing, but it needs realistic planning. Staying within the same island group and leaving buffer days makes a huge difference, and that naturally leads to where many people choose to go in the first place. A lot of visitors come to Greece and only visit Mykonos and Santorini. They're iconic and beautiful, but they're also the most crowded and the most expensive. When people only see those two, they often leave with a very narrow idea of what Greece is like. The country has hundreds of islands and mainland destinations that are just as stunning and often much more relaxed. And timing plays a huge role in how those places actually feel. July and August are beautiful, but they're also the busiest, hottest and most expensive months of the year. Many visitors don't realize how intense the heat can be, especially in cities like Athens or on islands with little shade. Add crowds and high prices and the experience can feel overwhelming. What surprises most people is how incredible Greece is outside peak summer. Late spring and early autumn offer better weather, fewer crowds and a much more relaxed atmosphere, especially in popular destinations. But no matter when you visit, planning still matters. Some travelers arrive thinking they will just figure everything out on the spot. In certain places that works. In Greece, especially in popular destinations, it often doesn't. Ferries sell out, well-located hotels fill up, car rentals disappear, and suddenly visitors are stuck with bad schedules or overpriced options. You don't need to plan every minute of your trip, but transport, accommodation and must-see experiences should be booked ahead, especially in high season. And once people arrive, transportation becomes the next challenge. Public transport in Greece exists, but it doesn't work the same way everywhere. On islands and in smaller towns, buses can be infrequent, stop early in the evening, or not reach beaches and villages at all. Visitors often underestimate this and lose valuable time waiting around. Renting a car or scooter can completely change the experience, giving you freedom and access to places most visitors never see. And once you start moving around more freely, you also start noticing another common issue. Many visitors end up eating at places chosen purely for the view, or because someone stood outside inviting them in. These restaurants aren't always bad, but they're often overpriced and not representative of real Greek food. Some of the best meals in Greece come from simple tavernas away from main squares, where locals eat. Walking just a few minutes away from crowded areas can make a huge difference. And while food is a highlight, there are cultural differences that catch people off guard. This surprises almost everyone. In many places in Greece, especially on islands and in older buildings, toilet paper shouldn't be flushed because the pipes are narrow. That's why you will see a small bin next to the toilet. Now let's switch to something lighter but still commonly underestimated. Greek spirits like Ouzo, and raki taste smooth and are often served generously. Combined with sun, heat and long meals, they can hit harder than expected. Locals drink slowly, always with food, and plenty of water in between. And while we're talking about drinking, there is something many visitors don't realize. Tap water in Greece isn't drinkable everywhere. In cities like Athens, it's generally fine, but on many islands, it's not recommended, which is why locals usually drink bottled water. And while drinks are part of the experience, there is a lot more to Greece beyond the islands. Many visitors focus only on islands and miss mainland Greece entirely, but mainland Greece offers mountains, lakes, traditional villages, historic towns and incredible landscapes. It's also often less crowded and more affordable. Skipping the mainland means missing a huge part of the country's character and diversity. And wherever you go in Greece, daily life has its own rhythm. Meal times in Greece surprise many visitors. Lunch is late, dinner is even later, and many restaurants don't open early in the evening. Visitors sometimes think places are closed, when in reality they're just operating on Greek time. Adjusting your schedule slightly makes everything smoother and more enjoyable. And this relaxed rhythm leads to another important point. Greece doesn't always run like a clock. Buses might be late, shops might be open later than expected. Things don't always follow a rigid timetable. This frustrates some visitors, but embracing the slower pace makes the experience much more enjoyable. Flexibility goes a long way in Greece. Now, let's talk about something practical that many people overlook. Cards are widely accepted, especially in cities, but not everywhere. Small tavernas, taxis, beach bars, or local buses may still prefer cash. Not having any can be inconvenient, so carrying a small amount of cash is always a good idea. And while we are on practical mistakes, here is one that affects almost everyone. Greek streets are often steep, uneven, or slippery. Many visitors underestimate how much walking they will do. Comfortable shoes can completely change how your day feels. And while people prepare for heat, they often forget one important element. Wind is a big factor in Greece, especially on the islands. It doesn't just affect how cold it feels in the evening, it can also impact ferries and boat tours. On windy days, the sea can get rough, especially on smaller, faster ferries. If you are prone to seasickness, it's a good idea to book the bigger, slower ferries when possible, or take motion sickness tablets in advance. Even people who don't usually get seasick can feel it on rough crossings. Having a light jacket or windbreaker makes a big difference too, even in summer, especially on boats and at sunset. And finally, this last one is more about mindset than logistics. Some travelers plan every minute of their trip and miss the magic. In Greece, some of the best moments happen unexpectedly. A local recommendation, a quiet beach, a sunset you didn't plan. Leaving space in your schedule allows these moments to happen. So those are the most common mistakes visitors make when traveling in Greece. And now you know how to avoid them. If you found this guide helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more Greece travel tips. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!